Carl, how have you spent the past 3 weeks?
Had quite a few late nights so far. Been really enjoying the World Cup. It's been excellent, and training with the boys has been quite good as well. They've, had a keen interest in, how good he went in the World Cup and watched, all the games as well. So, the boys are really looking forward to getting back to playing tomorrow night.
And how do you keep over these past 3 weeks the training intensity for when you do play tomorrow night? It's been a little bit of a break, which is good for the squad, but in terms of replicating.
Yeah, it's always difficult when you've got such a long time between games. But we went and had a friendly game last week in Melbourne with Western United, which refocused the players for this week. Sort of got them back into their routine of playing a game and recovering, and then training and preparing for the next game. So we're very happy with how the break went, and we just want to get back to playing again tomorrow night.
How's the squad looking? You've had 3 weeks off, so guys with niggles or injuries probably
yeah,
to come back.
Yeah. Look, Bernardo and Zach had the long-term injuries before the break, so they've been able to get a little bit more work in. So they're still, a fair way away, and unfortunately we picked up a couple of long-term injuries in the break as well, which is a little bit disappointing for the players. But other than that, everyone else is going along quite well.
How's Veart looking?
Yeah, look, Harry had the surgery yesterday and it went quite well. So it's he's a young player that we had to make sure that we, looked after his long-term future. So it was beneficial for him to get the surgery done now and not let it, get any worse than what it was. And the surgeon's very happy with how the operation went, and it just now means he's got, at least 12-week recovery before he can start training again. So if things go well with his recovery, hopefully we'll have him back for the back end of the season.
What's the latest with Nesta? Obviously missed that last game due to discipline. How's he responded to it for your?
Yeah, look, Nesta has come back in and accepted the repercussions from his lack of discipline when we travelled away last time. So he's back into the squad. He's worked hard, and we have high standards in the playing group. And Nesta is a young player. He's going to be making mistakes, but it's important that he learns from those mistakes, and he's doing his best, and that's all we can ask for.
Has he impressed since that, or has it just been he's gone back to what is expected of him?
Yeah, look, as I say, it's he's still learning to understand what it is to take to be a professional player, and we're helping him as much as we can, and we're seeing small steps of improvement, and that's all we can ask for, is that he keeps improving and keeps trying to be the best that he can be.
I guess the big question is for tomorrow night, what's the plan for Craig? Starting on the bench?
Yeah, look, we'll make that assessment tomorrow. We'll see how he is. It's he's had quite a few big highs over the last couple of weeks, and with the travel and the heat of playing in Qatar as well, so it takes a toll, and we'll just let him, we've let him get as much recovery as we possibly can into him, and then we'll make that assessment tomorrow.
How's he looking?
Yeah, look, as you say, Goody is a true professional, and you saw how well he went over there, and it's just a matter of him recovering as much as he can from the flight, and getting used to being back home.
Do you think he'll put on a show tomorrow, get a bit of confidence after the World Cup?
Yeah, look, that's one thing Goody doesn't lack, is confidence. And we know that whenever he performs for us, he normally performs at his best, and that's what we want from our leader. And he passes on, especially the experience that he's got from playing in a World Cup and playing so well. He can't wait to get back and playing in the red shirt.
How keen are the guys to have their captain back?
Yeah, as I said, he's a true leader of the team, and there's no coincidence, since he started coming back and playing in the starting 11, that we started getting those wins and before the break. So, he's a key factor to how we play.
What do you look at in terms of whether you start him or coming off the bench, or how many minutes he gets? Is it in terms of what you've been saying about Qatar, but also looking ahead to the next game and then from there?
Yeah, look, we're not going to take any risks with one of the biggest players in our team, but with players like that, I always leave it up to them. If Goody puts his hand up and says, "Yeah, I can play 90 minutes," he'll play 90 minutes.
How do you sort of restart this season, considering you've played a chunk of 6, you've had now 3 weeks off. What's the challenge been for you in terms of getting this thing almost like a start of the season?
Yeah, it is. It's another sort of restart. You know, we started slowly at the beginning of those first 6 games, but then started to hit our straps just as with the break. So it's important that we pick up from where we left off. And we've had a real focus on that at the training, especially the last week. We've looked at a lot of video from what we did well before the break, and that's the standard that the players set for themselves, and that's what we want to get straight back to.